Well, welcome to North Harford High School for tonight's early season Chesapeake Division showdown between Bel Air and North Harford. This is the Harford Sports Showcase event on Harford TV. Don Morrison with my partner, Pat Pollard. Pat, if we could have picked a worse night to come out and do a game, probably we'd had trouble picking it. It's windy, it's cold, rain is expected, but hey, it's springtime.
Spring sports, you got to love them, Don.
I love it. This game is an early season matchup. North Harford comes in on a 3-game losing streak. Bel Air 3-2. Last year, North Harford beat Bel Air 17-13. It's a rivalry. We'd like to say sort of under the radar rivalry. Bel Air, North Harford. These teams go all the way back into the 1950s playing each other. You know, when these two teams get together, it's really bragging rights because they're neighbors, basically.
Well, at one time, the whole northern half of the county was Bel Air and North Harford, right, Don?
It
back
was.
in the, I guess, pre-1980.
Yeah, back in the days when I was young.
Yes.
Not that far back.
Maybe when I was young.
Well, the Bobcats under 8th-year head coach Doug Testerman, as we said, they come in at 3-2. They have a 7-5 record last year. They lost in the region semifinals at Towson. They're led by attackman Aiden Sugart. Aiden has team-high 13 goals and 3 assists. Midfielder Peter Myers, he leads in takeaways with 5. Defenseman Owen Conway has 23 ground balls. Now, Pat, as a lacrosse aficionado, learning to live lacrosse, I know you and I are baseball guys at heart, but you've learned to love lacrosse, as have I. Ground balls and face-offs, so important in controlling a game.
Well, you talk to coaches, ground balls is oftentimes the most important statistic that they look at. They, you got to have possession. You got to keep possession. And so it's coaches like guys that can get ground balls.
And the face-off. If you get control of the face-off, that's a free possession. In other words, if you get a face-off right after the goal and you get the face-off back, you can score it again. It's like in basketball when they used to have a jump ball after every basket.
Well, 20 years ago, the face-off guy was just another player.
Yeah.
And that happened to maybe good at a face-off or ground balls. Now the face-off has become a specialist over the last 10 or 15 years, and it's very, very important. As we've seen, in college games and the NCAA tournaments, a great face-off guy can dominate a game.
And we talk about goalies, too, and goalies are so important, as you well know. Bel Air is starting a sophomore goalie, Patrick Cook. Meanwhile, North Harford is starting a senior in goal. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that one goalie is better than the other, but I know you, as a person who knows lacrosse, you'd love to have some experience in that crease.
Well, in high school sports, it doesn't matter whether it's lacrosse or anything. You need seniors, and you need seniors to win. Doesn't mean. I mean, I haven't seen the kid from North Harford play yet. He's obviously pretty good if he's starting as a sophomore.
Exactly.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do tonight.
Well, North Harford, they won their opening match of the year, but now they've lost 3 in a row. Coach Rich Tabling's his team is 8-8 a year ago. We talked about that 17-13 win over Bel Air. And again, back in my day, playing at Edgewood, if you beat Bel Air, it's sort of major season because Bel Air, again in my day, was a team that everybody looked to.
Well, North Harford and Bel Air are longtime powers in Harford County and lacrosse, along with Faustin, C. Milton Wright more recently, and so it's a rivalry, and in lacrosse it's a pretty big rivalry. These have been 2 of the strongest programs in lacrosse history in Harford County. So I'm sure Bel Air is looking to bounce back and get some revenge from last year, where North Harford's trying to get back on track after the 3 losses, so something will have to give tonight.
And Pat, if you're North Harford, if you're Coach Rich Tabling, you're really not happy. You've got 2 of your star players out tonight. Jacob Herman has 10 goals and 3 assists from his attack position. Just a freshman, but he's out ill, will not be playing tonight. And also, they'll be missing Chase Thomas. Chase has 7 goals and 6 assists. He's injured and won't play. So North Harford is down 2 of its star players. That's certainly not something they want to have.
Yeah, it's one thing to be down 2 players, but here they're down 2 studs.
Now here to honor our country with our national anthem.
before, seen different rides before, and who Bel Air will expect to bring a veteran presence in, like I say, in the clearing game.
Well, here we are, North Harford in the white with the yellow or gold, I guess, and the green trim. Bel Air in the solid blue, the navy blue with the white trim, the visiting team. We're underway here, 12-minute quarters as North Harford has the ball on that face-off, gets a shot off right away. Bel Air is able to control the ball, and here they come. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Bobcats. Devin Trezak, Aiden Shugart, and Grant Smith. They're the leading.
Goal.
And a goal right away before we even get in our seats.
A long pole goal. With
11:40 left, a long pole goalie, and we think that might be Owen Conway, number 8.
Owen Conway, great face-off win for North Harford going down. We were already behind the action so fast here.
Yes, we are.
And I like the shot selection. He was open for the shot, the face-off man for North Harford. I just didn't really care for the shot selection, which allowed, like we just talked about, the senior goalie to get the ball out quickly on the outlet, hit his defenseman. Nobody picked him up, and he bounced one in. It's hard for a goalie to stop those long pole goals. It's different angle coming from the long stick.
So at 11:38, just 22 seconds into the game, Bel Air has broken on top by 1-0. North Harford gets the control again. Hawks looking to try to get even here. Give you the rest of the starting lineups. Tika Morella is at midfield for Bel Air. He's number 10. Ella Hodson, number 21 at midfield, and Peter Myers also at midfield, number 4. Benjamin Gaughan, number 22, Patrick Sullivan, and Owen Conway, the young man who just scored that goal in the defense. Patrick Cook, the sophomore, in the goal. Meantime, for North Harford, Caleb Kerr, number 16, starting at the attack. Kyle DiFilippo, number 19, and number 31, Jacob Herman. He's a young man who should be starting if he weren't ill, so he'll be replaced by Preston Webb, number 13. Colin Huser, he is number 3 in the middle. Also Nathan Shutt, number 5, a sophomore, the young man we talked about who got 75% of the faceoffs. Michael DeJesus is also in midfield. Maxwell Deagle, Carter Priet, and Zach Warfield. Zach also a captain there in the back line. And we mentioned Blake Howell is the goalie. Just underway, about 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first period. 4 20-minute periods. Bel Air already ahead by 1, looking to build on that lead if they can. Pat, how important is it to score early and get a lead?
Well, it gives you confidence. It settles everybody down, takes some of the pressure off, just like any sport. But also in lacrosse, you don't kick off. It's make it, take it. So if you can score and win a couple face-offs, you can really control the game. You can really get on a run.
Well, that's a good point. You know, in basketball, where the winner gives the ball back to the team that got scored on, in lacrosse, if you can control the ball, you can keep scoring. And talking about keeping to scoring, at 9:41, Bel Air gets another goal. We're trying to see who it was. Might be Grant Smith, number 9.
Assist by Eli Hobson. That was a great look by Hobson. I'm not sure if Smith was who he was looking for. There was a midi cutting through it, got by him, but somehow it got to Smith on the other side. Well, Grant threaded the needle, and Smith knew what to do with it right on the doorstep.
It's 2-0 with 9:41 left here in this first period. Gosh, these players don't even give us a chance to get all the introductions done there.
Well, it's the lacrosse that used to be the motto. I guess it still is fastest game on 2 feet.
On 2 feet. I really come to appreciate this game. You and I, as old baseball people, we go back to the day when lacrosse came into Harford County in 1975, and we were really competing for the athletes between the baseball team and the lacrosse team. At the time, I wasn't the biggest fan of lacrosse, to be honest with you. But, I've learned to love the game because great athletes who can show their many, many skills. It used to be, Pat, in the old days, lacrosse in boys game was more a rock'em, sock'em, almost extension of football. It's become much more of a finesse game now.
Well, as more kids are playing and more kids are, lacrosse when it first came out, you had kids that played in high school for the first time, and they didn't have the skills of the kids from the lacrosse hotbeds, which were generally North Baltimore and Long Island, Central New York. But now kids, these kids, most of these kids have been playing since they were 6 or 7 years old, and they've got the skills. If somebody wants to go out there and just run somebody over, it's not going to work.
Bobcats on the attack. Already up 2-0. About 8 minutes left here in this first period of play. That's Hodgson with the ball. Remember, he's the one who made that assist the last time we were on this end of the field. Looking for the shot. Pat, the field 100 yards long, but then of course they have the area behind the crease.
Yeah, one of the unique things about lacrosse is you can go behind the goal.
Nice carry. They have a couple of new people in the ball game that we didn't have in our starting lineup, so
they got the second midfield in.
Yeah, that's
good takeaway by North Harford there. These numbers are hard to read tonight, these yellow numbers.
They are. Garrett Alvin is that number 2 for the Bobcats.
I think it might have been number 20 there for North Harford on defense. It was a nice check. Got into the stick and lifted it up, as opposed to coming down and maybe getting a slash. For you young players, he lifted it and got the steal.
That's Zach Warfield, the young man you're talking about.
It's in the crease. North Harford's in the crease there. Ball got loose.
So the ball goes to the Bobcats.
Ball goes to Bel Air.
6:40 now left in this first period. Zach Warfield, third-year starter, number 20, the senior for North Harford that you mentioned, Pat. He's that captain, and as you said, that's the kind of guy you look to for leadership.
Well, they need it. They're down 2-0 early. Oh, we got a penalty.
What's the nature of the penalty? They let the play go on until the other team gets the ball, in this case Bel Air. So the penalty will go against North Harford. Is that going to be, what, a 2-minute penalty?
It looked like 1 minute.
1 minute penalty.
Looked like 1 minute for slash.
Now, is this a releasable penalty? If they score, do they get to bring the man back on?
Yes, it's if they score, the penalty will end. They did not. They usually just give the full time when it's something egregious.
Augustus Anastasi, number 5 for the Bobcats, had the ball momentarily. That's Aiden Schugert, number 23, one of the leading scorers on the team. One minute penalty. Now, noticing that he does not cross the 50-yard line, maybe you can explain that, Pat?
Well, 3 guys have to stay behind. So he's allowed to reach across with his stick, but not his feet.
So if you're North Harford, you're just trying to play out this penalty.
Trying to kill the penalty. So far doing a pretty good job.
That's Augustus Anastasi. Playing on turf field, and of course it is a little bit slick out there because it's rained all day, but boy, turf fields, I mean, in our day, Pat, we didn't have the turf fields. What a difference it makes, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, this would be
a mud bath.
this would be ankle deep right now. Penalty's over, we're full strength.
Full strength, but Bel Air still has the ball, up 2-0. That's
Anastasi. Rained all day, Don. I think it's rained all week. I was a little late. I had trouble finding a place to dock my boat on the way.
Oh. Yeah, spring is not sprung yet here in Harford County. Oh,
good
nice save. Good job there by North Harford goalie Blake Howell, the senior, headed for Virginia Wesleyan next year to play lacrosse.
He did a nice job. As the dodge came around from behind, he stayed there on the pipe, cut off the angle, went down low with it.
Hawks on the attack. Twilight time here at North Harford. The lights have not taken action yet.
Oh,
and
nice
there's
shot.
The goal. Well, that's a one-timer goal. Looks like number 7 for North Harford who scored the goal.
Yep, number 7.
I'll look up on my roster.
Goal, Preston Webb.
That goal by Frankie Lamb, who made the goal. Frankie, a football player. Here you'll see a replay on this goal.
It looked like the Bel Air goalie was on it and it went off of his stick.
Yeah, a little bit high on that right-hand shoulder.
Yeah, that's That's probably, I mean, it was a wide open shot. You can't let a guy get his feet set. But I think the Bel Air goalie would tell you that he probably should have got that one.
So that narrows the score now to 2-1 at 4:27. Frankie Lamb with the goal for North Harford.
And they throw it away.
Obviously, if you're North Harford, that's what you don't want to get Bel Air that far ahead of you by making that goal. Now you're back in the game.
Nah, that's a big goal. That's a big goal.
Bobcats going to put the ball in play.
Yeah, you get the stink off the scoreboard and back in the game, down 1. Everybody can take a deep breath.
Long stick bringing it up. And Pat, did I mention the wind?
It's feels like a crosswind, judging from that it's right in my face.
Exactly. Yeah. I was talking to the guys in the scorers booth across the way, who are nice and warm over there, and I said you could have the wind blowing toward you and not toward us, but they said they couldn't do anything about it. I didn't know why. Oh, and Conway, the number 8 for Bel Air, had the ball.
Outside the net. Good job by the goalie picking up the loose ball. Oh. We got a play on here, interference with the goalie. So you can't touch the goalie while he's in the crease.
So will that be a penalty for the Bobcats?
It won't be a penalty, but it'll be a free possession at midfield here for North Harford.
Okay. Here come the Hawks.
So it's a play on, so they don't stop play. The referee raises his hand, yells play on, and until they lose the ball. So they could actually take it down and score, but if they lose possession of the ball, then they'll stop it and give it to them in a set play.
It was a high shot that time. That was Frankie Lamb again, who had a shot on goal but couldn't get it down enough.
Good defense. Nice check.
Great takeaway by the Bobcats. That was Benjamin Gaughan who made that great save, number 22.
Oh, right in the face. That's still a save. You'll take it.
That's keeping your eye on the ball.
Yeah.
Huh? Goalies, it's a special breed, Pat.
Oh, they are. They are.
Yeah, the ball travels, what, 90 miles an hour, a really hard shot?
Yeah.
And you're going to stand there and take it?
Blake Howe with the save.
They generally don't wear a lot of padding either. Helmet, chest protector, gloves, about it.
Blake Howell, again, the goalie.
Good
Another
slide
save.
there.
Blake Howell has
North
played a
Harford
good game.
slid from the crease there to keep the Dodger coming around from behind. That was a nice physical check on the crease. Bel Air attackman number 1, a little shaken up on the play.
Yeah, that's Devin Trezak, the senior, number 1. He stays in the game. You got to be tough.
Oh, good look. Just a little high.
Had him wide open there.
Yeah,
right
that's
near the
probably a
crease.
goal if it's 8 inches lower.
Good idea. Frank Mazzanotti tries to explain this game to me that it's a lot like basketball. There are a lot of pick and rolls, there are a lot of set picks and things like that. So he said, if you know basketball, you can learn to play lacrosse.
A lot of the movement's the same. Yeah, it's cutters and picks and screens.
We talked about twilight. The lights here aren't really taking effect, and for me, I'm having trouble seeing the field.
Yeah, these
Wide.
goalies are. I know the one the Bel Air goalie missed there. I said he probably feels like he should have had it, but he's looking out to where the sky is the same color as the ball about right now. So
Yeah.
it was probably hard to pick up on that angle.
Meaning Pat is saying the sky is very gray.
Yes.
We're looking at the forecast. They're still expecting more rain here tonight. I hate to break that to you, Pat, having just recovered from your cold and back here in the weather. A little bit wide on the shot. Coming up on 1 minute left here in the first period. Bel Air scored the first 2 goals. North Harford, Frankie Lamb coming back and scoring that goal to make it 2-1 at 4:27. Conway and Smith, the goals for the Bobcats. Inside a minute. Flag goes down. I think that's going to be against the Bobcats.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to call for a high hit.
2 flags. Is he
Cross check? Yeah, he's getting him for a cross check.
So
The Bel Air defender slid to help on the dodge. Well, now he's saying hold. No, cross check.
So that's going to be a minute with 58 seconds left here in this first period.
So they'll be able to hold it for the quarter if they choose.
Hawks up a man, looking to try to get this score even.
I don't think the Bel Air staff agreed with the call.
You think not, huh? Yeah, there was a lot of contact there around the crease.
I thought he might get him for a high. It looked like it got up close to the helmet and you could hear something, but it's hard to tell.
Todd Schellenberg and Phil Constave are the officials tonight.
North Harford in a 3-3 setup on this extra man offense.
35 seconds. There's a shot, but
Oh,
wide.
that's Bel Air ball. So, yeah, when I said they're in a 3-3, that means they did not have a backup. And that's the risk with that.
And explain to the folks back, when the ball goes out of bounds behind the crease, it's what, the closest player?
Well, on a shot, not on a pass, but on a shot, it's the closest player to the ball when it goes out. So a lot of times you'll keep a guy behind the goal, so you maintain possession on missed shots, and especially when you have an extra man.
Conway, remember he scored that first goal. Boy, nice save there by
I
Howell.
hope he's all right. He went down. Hope he's all right.
Whistle blows to have another man down here, but let's check on Conway first.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
Owen Conway, the senior defenseman.
It was non-contact. Well, it was the same shot he had earlier in the game, that first goal of the game, and tried to get it in again. Okay, hopefully he's okay.
Looks like he's up and moving about.
Good,
That's good. Yeah, big young man and Conway.
Because when they go down non-contact, that scares me, Don,
Yeah.
especially on these turf
You're
fields.
talking Achilles, ankles, things like that on the
Knees.
yeah. And again, the great thing about the turf field is the cleats do dig into them, and they give you good footing. Whereas in the old days, you're playing on grass. Had the kind of rain we've had this week, this field would be nothing but a quagmire.
Yeah, this field didn't have grass on it in my day when it was good weather.
We did that in North Harford on purpose. Notice how I identify with 9 seconds.
All right.
And that's going to be the end of the first period with a 2-1 lead by the Bobcats. I think North Harford has a couple of seconds left on that penalty going into the second period.
Well, but there should be a face-off because there was no possession. If they would have held possession, they would have not have to worry about the face-off.
Yep. So a good first period of action. It looked like the Bobcats were off and running, and they scored their first 2 goals. They were up 2-0 by 9:41, just a little over 2 minutes into the game. And we thought, oh my goodness, what's happening here? Hawks were able to stabilize, get a goal, get back in the game, and now we have a game.
Well, they got a nice takeaway by their senior defenseman. The goalie made a couple saves for him, and got back in the game, scored the goal, and righted the ship a little bit. So we did very competitive first quarter.
I'm very impressed by our staff here, the Harford TV folks who come here. They're out in the cold. They're doing a great job. I'm also even more impressed with the people I'm looking at across the way, the fans. There's maybe, 30, 40 of them? To come out and to pay your money to get in here and to sit here in the rain and the cold and watch and cheer, that shows a lot of support.
It's got to be all family on a night like tonight.
Either that or we check their sanity. What are you doing out here? We talk about our friend Frank Mazzanotti. He may have been one of the people who would have come out not knowing anyone playing.
Yeah.
He would have come out just to watch the game.
He would have.
Frank, our great buddy, like you, an Edgewood High School Hall of Fame member down in South Carolina now. We miss him. We send him the best.
Still coaching lacrosse down there with another Edgewood grad, Ricky McCullough.
Yeah. We're talking about what they won 3 state championships back there in the 70s at Edgewood.
80s.
I guess, late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Yep. Lacrosse, which began here, in 1975 when Al Seski brought it to Harford County. Of course, they played it in the the private schools, but it was a new sport in Harford County back in '75. Here the Hawks in front of the crease, looking to try to get a shot off. Great job by Bel Air Bobcats to come out with the ball. We give credit to number 7. That's Jack Svoboda. Jack, the midfielder, picked up that loose ball, got it out of trouble. We have a timeout on the field.
Bel Air called timeout, yep.
11 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half. 4 12-minute halves, and I'm told if there's overtime, and I know that sends a shudder through our director's spine, but there'll be 4-minute overtime sudden death. So the good news is the first team that would score, if you're tied at the end, would be the winner. Speaking of ties, that JV game, 6-6, what a game that was.
Yeah, that was a Bel Air scored 2, I think, in the last minute to tie it.
Yeah.
And they don't play overtime. I don't know if they don't play overtime or the game would hardly been running late because of the weather.
Well, yeah, they took about a 10-minute or 15 minutes pause because it just poured down here about in the middle of the JV game. I adjourned back to my vehicle and watched it rain, to be honest with you. Temperature probably going to get down into the high 30s. Wind blowing a bit. People on the field in shorts, not minding it. I'm bundled up with long flannel underwear and every piece of garment I can have, and I'm still freezing to death.
I don't think I've ever been to a game in Pilesville where I wasn't cold.
Oh, especially early season baseball. Remember March baseball?
Oh, gosh.
You were just praying you didn't hit the ball because you knew there would be 1,000 bees in your hand.
Didn't want to hit it on the handle, I'll tell you that.
Or the end of the bat. Bad. Bobcats on the attack. We're back even now.
North Harford in man-to-man defense.
Hawks trying to. Yeah. Bel Air looking to shoot. Yeah, the boost just says golf. Yeah, hey, golf. You know, there's no such thing as cold weather in golf. You just put on an extra pair of gloves and play golf and go for it.
I have a 50 degree is my limit in golf.
Here's the great thing about golf. If it's freezing, the ponds are frozen, and you can bounce it off the pond.
Oh,
there it is in front of the crease.
Good
North
luck,
Harford.
just a little handcuffed him.
Good job for the Hawks to be able to get
Nice,
it out of there.
Yep, nice ground ball.
Yeah, Dennis Cassidy, our director, a great golfer, and we share the love of golf. But again, the colder it gets, if the ponds freeze, you can just play it off the pond. Skip.
It across?
Yep. I saw that happen at the old Swan Creek Golf Club where a guy hit it into the pond, but the water was frozen. It bounced off the pond, off the ice, onto the green, into the cup.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that's a reward. Pat, I've had one hole-in-one in my life, and it was in the middle of a thunderstorm at Geneva Farm Golf Course. They were calling everybody in. We had, 17 and 18 to play. So I said, hey, I can play this. I hit a ball, don't even know where it went, into the cup. Yeah, and the great thing about it was, you have to buy people drinks if you make a hole-in-one. Everybody had left the club. So I just got a hole-in-one and didn't have to buy drinks.
There you go.
Life is good.
Good time to do it.
Back in action here, 10 minutes, 18 seconds left in the half, a 2-1 score as you see. The Bel Air Bobcats have led all the way, jumped ahead 2-0 within the first 2 minutes. Hawks looking to get even.
Good trail check.
Didn't hit the body, good check. Bobcats come away with it. Bobcats on the attack looking for the shot, and there it is, the goal. That shot by Aiden Sugart, number 23, right in front of the net.
2-1 Bel Air.
Sugart gets the goal at 9:58.
Connor Kramer on the well, there's the goal. Nice shot, high to low. Tough one for the goalie to stop. But Connor Kramer, the sophomore, number 20, with that trail check, started the whole play. My wife teaches him at Bel Air High School.
Really?
Yeah, she said to see if you can get a mention for him. I said, well, he has to make a play, and he did.
He did, on cue almost. Yeah. Well, there you go. What does your wife teach there at Bel Air?
She's a special educator, but he's in a math class she teaches. He's not in special ed, but he's in a math class she teaches.
Here come the Hawks trying to get even, or at least come within a goal. That was a nice shot, a little bit wide. Patrick Cook in the crease for the Bobcats, a sophomore. He's played well so far. Doesn't look like a sophomore. He's not that little guy that you expect to see as a sophomore.
No.
Hey, I was all 5'6", 120 pounds as a sophomore. Didn't get much bigger either, Pat. Here we go. The Bobcats looking to add to their lead. That's Benjamin gone.
Oh, that ball came out funny. Must not have had it in the crawl.
Bobcats controlling the ball. That's Dylan Trezak.
There we go.
There's the goal. Is that Trezak number 1?
Well, Trezak made the dodge from around. When they slid to him, he shot, the ball got loose, and couldn't tell who picked up the garbage goal. We call that a Dave Pruitt goal. Watch.
Here's the replay. You'll see that's Trezak.
Number 9.
Number 9 for the Bobcats.
Yeah, right place, right time.
That's Grant Smith. Grant Smith, the junior. You call that a garbage goal, huh?
Well, they used to Dave Pruitt back at Edgewood High School. We used to call him the garbage king. Always hanging around on the crease, but good things happen.
Phil Regan, the ex-Oriole manager who was a relief pitcher, when he won 17 games one year, they called him the vulture. That ball bounces over the crease. Because he always came in just when the team was behind and they would score 2 runs or 3, go ahead, he'd pick up the win.
There you go.
They called him the vulture. He's always hanging around trying to pick up the loose scraps.
North Harford needs a good possession here. More
Yeah.
importantly, they need a goal.
Down 4-1.
Oh, nice try. That's great defense.
It really is. The Bobcats are playing outstanding defense.
Good save. Good to see him back in the game. Guess the injury wasn't too bad.
Yeah, Conway, number 8.
Yeah, he had a nice defensive series back there.
It's Brady Warble with the ball, number 11. Augustus with the ball.
Bel Air coach is substituting. You heard the yellow call. That means to let the offensive players know to slow it down a little bit, pull it out, let the new midfield, fresh midfield get on. Now that wasn't a garbage goal. That was a nice shot. Nice take.
That makes it 5-1. Bel Air gets its 5th goal at 6:54.
Grant Smith.
That's his 2nd goal.
Gave him a little bit of a hard time on the first one, but that one was that was a nice one. Got upfield, got high enough. Sometimes young players don't get high enough upfield.
And there you see that shot by Smith.
Yeah.
6:54. So right on cue, you said that your wife wanted you to mention his name on air. And just like that, 2 goals.
No, that was Kramer.
Oh, sorry.
Connor Kramer.
Connor Kramer. Well, we mentioned him as well.
Oh, that's going to be a hold. No.
Sort of let him get away with that, but it looked like I agree with you that
Yeah, I thought there might have been a hold there, but ref didn't see it that way. He had a better view than me.
Yeah, I remember I was talking to an umpire, and he called it a strike, and I said it didn't look like a strike to me, and he said, your opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And he's right, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, my opinion meant nothing at all.
Yeah.
Do you ever do any umpiring, Pat?
That was my job as a high school student.
Really?
And
Did
when I
you
was
enjoy it? Did you have fun doing it?
I did. I started off doing probably 9 and 10-year-olds for, I think it was $4 or $5 a game. And
There you go.
by the time I finished, I was doing 15, 16, 13, 14-year-olds, and I think I was up to like $9 a game.
The late great P.D. Keister, Edgewood High School graduate, a great basketball player, umpired in the major leagues. He was one of the replacement umpires back in, you remember back in the 80s when they had an umpiring strike.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a major league umpire for a while.
I remember his son, Phil Keister. I think he went to Joppatown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Petey was probably Edgewood High School's first great basketball player back in the late 50s, early 60s.
No, I remember him.
He was one of those, the Keister family. Ronnie Keister was a bit older, so when they opened Edgewood High School, Ronnie stayed at Bel Air. Petey came over to Edgewood. I think the Chandler brothers were like that. You had a lot of that going on. Anytime you have a school that opens, like Boston opened as part of Bel Air, Seabilton Wright as part of Bel Air, sometimes the siblings can go along. They'll let them do that. But oftentimes they get split. Here's the Bobcats on the attack again. Oh, and a great shot and a goal.
North Harford goalie had no chance there.
Chance
That was right on top of him, but it was still a great shot.
Devin Trezak with the goal.
Trezak in the upper corner, wide open, chance to plant his feet and just crank it. There's goalie's just got to get lucky there.
So at 6:04, the Bobcats have now scored 4 goals in a row here in the second period, 4 unanswered goals. And right now it's kind of critical time if you're North Harford. You've got to do something, get back in the game. Can't let the Bobcats get out of your sight.
They played pretty solid in that first quarter. I'm a little surprised at this, but that's the first step. They got the face-off.
Diego Marula.
We got a fast break here. Oh, nice save.
A great save by the sophomore goalie.
Not great placement on the shot, high to high. I'd like to see him change the level on the shot. It was a great, I mean, everything else was perfect.
Patrick
Fast
Cook.
break, set it up right, hit that open man, just a little high to high on the shot, and a great save by the goalie.
That sophomore, Patrick Cook. And think about it, Pat, if you're the coach, Doug Testerman, and you have Patrick Cook for 2 more seasons, you have to say, hey, I like having a sophomore goalie.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to go in every season worrying about who's going to be the goalie.
Yeah.
Those specialty positions, it's nice to have, the face-off and the goalie.
Yeah. Lights beginning to take some effect here at the North Harford Field. The field dedicated to John Stephen Sabella. Pat, I don't know if you had a chance on the way in to see the monuments they've got here to the North Harford graduates who passed away in Vietnam. They have a tremendous memorial right by the concession stand as you come in.
I'll have to check that out.
Dedicated maybe 10 years ago or so, maybe a little longer than that. Dedicated by the alumni here at North Harford. We have a similar dedication at Edgewood High School dedicated to all the war dead and first responder who passed away serving their country and their community.
Oh, nice goose.
Whistle blows. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Nice play there by number 6 for Bel Air, Patrick Sullivan. The ball looked like it was going out, and he was able to kind of hockey stick it back into his teammate.
Timeout, Bel Air.
Hockey stick it, I like that. That's a nice term. I've never heard it called a hockey sticking it before. Well, the Bobcats have dominated here in this second period. We're not even halfway through the second period. They've scored 4 goals to go up by 6-1.
Yeah, North Harford needs to be careful here. You can't let this thing get out of control.
In fact, the good news is, and I'm that kind of guy that if a pitcher's pitching a no-hitter, you know, and I don't like the team he's pitching for, I always point out he's pitching a no-hitter. So I'm saying it looks like the clouds are parting, and it looks like we might be done with the rain tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh, that is the death knell right there, isn't it? This has been, this being a Thursday night that we're taping this game, it has rained every day, I guess, since what, last weekend?
Feels like it.
And it has just poured down. It's been a cold, you know, kind of a, maybe a February rain.
Well, there's cold weather coming in tonight behind this.
That's not good. Here's Trezak. Boy, he's a
Good
little
double,
guy.
Good double team.
He has got a lot of guts, does Trezak.
Nice ground ball for North Harford. It didn't.
Picked up by the Bobcats.
Oh, we got a man down. I was wondering why I put North Harford player down behind the goal. I think they just collided.
Again, the great thing with now, unlike again back in our day when we were in high school, when I was coaching, you were the trainer if you were the coach. Now there are trainers on site. If there's a medical situation, the trainer comes right out. So trained medical personnel on site. It's probably, in my mind, the greatest improvement from going back to my day to today, just having medical personnel on at practice and at games.
No, I would agree with you on that time. All right, good news. He's
up in the hobbling off.
Maybe just banged knees or something.
Yeah. There you see some of the fans, and yeah, okay, they're trussed up a bit, smart people, you know, but they're hanging in there. Mom, Dad, Grandpop.
All right, Bel Air ball's up top.
Here come the Bobcats. Anastasi, Augustus Anastasi, number 5 with the ball. That's a nice pass. Jason Pitzer has it.
Oh, good check. Good poke check.
That ground ball is so important and so hard to pick up. That is what we call a scrum. Bobcats coming away with it. Anastasi. Anastasi, number 5, the junior. Gets it out to Jason Pitzer. Here come the Bobcats on the attack. Oh, good save there by Howell. He has been under pressure here this entire period. 2 minutes, 59 seconds left here in this first period, or first half, I should say. Aiden Shugart, number 23, making a move. Somebody lost the head to a stick. That's trouble when the head comes off your stick.
Yeah, and once you break a stick, you can't play with a broken stick. You immediately have to drop it and run off the field. You'll get called for playing without a stick. Violation.
Sort of like me playing without a clue, but I guess that's something totally different. 2:22 left in this first half. Bobcats led 2-0, then 2-1. Now they've scored 4 straight goals here in this second period.
Bel Air's dominating the possession time here. North Harford defense probably getting a little tired.
Yeah. Bobcats coming in 3-2, looking to go to 4-2, looking to avenge last year's loss to the Hawks. A nice move, nice shot. Great play by Aiden Shugart.
Nice left hand to the opposite lower corner. Great placement on that shot.
2:02 goal by Shugart.
Here we go on the replay. Left hand goes high to low, opposite corner. I mean, that's just really tough for a goalie.
Yeah, he was all by himself and then didn't panic. A nice sunset going on behind the stands over there. My granddaughter is a big sunset aficionado. She'll go miles and miles to see a good sunset. So
It's a pretty color, just not a
Yeah.
lot of heat coming off of that sunset.
uh, well, the one good thing about it being cloudy, you don't miss the sun because you never saw it. Here come the Hawks.
There we
And
go.
there's a goal. That breaks the scheme. See if we can see who that was that made the goal.
I think it was 15.
Goal, Caleb Kerr.
Yeah, Caleb Kerr with the goal.
Yeah, he got open. Little dodge there, got open in front of the goal there. Bel Air just slipped up a little bit on defense. Nice shot. They needed that. Stop the run. Bel Air had been on a 5-0 run.
So 151.
All right, let's have a good possession here. Let's get another one here, North Harford. Try to get back in this game. Oh, he threw the ball away. Can't do that.
You're not rooting for North Harford, you're rooting for
I'm rooting for a
good
game.
Exactly.
I want our viewers to stay tuned. All right, got it back.
Oh, nice takeaway. Bobcats got it on the move.
There's my man
That was
Kramer
Connor
again.
Kramer, yeah.
We'll have to tell Mrs. Pollard he's having a nice game tonight.
Yeah. So she teaches him math, huh? At Bel Air High School.
I thought that's what she said.
Well, it doesn't matter. He's in her class. And she's making him famous or he's making her famous. One of the two.
Offsides.
Goalie carried the ball all the way out across the 50-yard line. Open net. Oh my goodness, if that had gone in, that would have been Sports Center material. With 59 seconds left, that shot came from what, the 45-yard line? His own 45?
Yeah, try to take advantage of the open net. Bel Air thought they had the backup there. I think the Bel Air player was maybe behind the referee, didn't see him. Because I think Bel Air did have the backup on that, and the ref just didn't see him. And Bel Air coach was trying to point that out.
In a very tactful way. You dummy, are you blind? Inside 40 seconds left in the first half.
Yeah, this last minute and a half or so has gotten a little sloppy.
7-2. Long stick shot.
Good save.
Now that was that goal that, you know, when you shoot it as a goalie, business decision, do I duck for cover? No.
He went sidearm on that. It's a little hard to control that from the long stick. I'd like to see those long stickers go more long because when he scored his goal from high to low, because that angle's just really tough for goalies.
And so in Conway, the young man who scored that first goal, and we're happy to see him back in action, went down with an injury earlier. Trezak looking to shoot,
Good
gets
pass.
it away. There's a shot. Oh,
That's great ball movement from Bel Air.
Two
Great
passes.
ball.
The goal scored by number 11. And that's Brady Warble. But two great passes before the shot.
Goal number 14.
I think it was 14 on the goal, Don.
14?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's Chase Bullock, number 14. Make it 8-2 now. That goal scoring with 10 seconds left in the first half.
But Trezak started it, and great assist by Smith on that last goal. That was the best ball movement we've seen tonight.
Absolutely, two great passes. I mean, it's tough enough to make one great pass, and they were in close proximity to one another. That brings our half to a conclusion. 8-2, the Bobcats leading. It looked pretty good there that North Harford was able to score that goal. Looked like they were getting back into it, but then that goal right before the half.
That hurt. I really, North Harford had a couple possessions and they just got a little sloppy with it. I'd like to see them make a little bit better effort to try to maybe get that to 7-3. You certainly didn't want it to go to 8-2.
Yeah, that goal that you score right at the end of the half, it sort of takes all the wind out of your sails. So
Yeah, I think they had the ball with about 43 seconds left, and I think you got to be going through your head. We're going to go into this half down 7-2 or 7-3, but not 8-2.
Yep.
And
Well, we'll take a break here. We are at halftime. It's a 8-2 lead by the Bel Air Bobcats over the homestanding North Harford Hawks. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. We're back with you after halftime. The temperatures, Pat, we would say it's warm in the restroom. Let's just talk about that a moment.
Yeah, there was a nice temperature in the restroom. Yes,
very good, very good, yeah.
That's
Really want to thank Justin Martinek for helping us here at North Harford, for making us feel welcome. I mean, you know, the athletic directors and the staff, they just go out of their way to do whatever they can to make us feel, you know, like we're honored guests, and we really appreciate that. Right now, the North Harford Hawks are unfortunately playing too good a host. If you're the Bel Air Bobcats, they come up here on the North Harford field, and at the end of the first period, it was 2-1. We had a very good game going. The Hawks had come back after being down 2-0, looked like it was going to be an even game. And then, 6 goals in a row, the Bobcats scored to make it 8-2, and then they got that after North Harford got a goal to make it 8-2. Then they scored that goal right at the end of the half.
Yeah, that was looked like North Harford had a chance to maybe at least keep it close. They had a good first quarter. They need to play like they played in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Possess the ball a little better. They got a little sloppy with the possessions, threw a couple away. And you got to, sometimes these offensive guys, I know they get impatient because they've been watching for a while, and they got to remember their defense has been playing for a while. So let's possess the ball a little bit, and let's work for a good shot. I did get to talk to Bel Air assistant coach Connor Beal at halftime. Many of you remember Connor was a star defenseman, long pole midi for Bel Air back about 10 years ago. And great to see a young man like that coming back and coaching at his alma mater.
Absolutely.
But he said they were pretty pleased with the way they played the second half, and they're just going to keep putting the pressure on.
And speaking of the pressure, here come the Bobcats in blue. Got an open shot. Oh, a little bit high.
Just high.
Just high.
Good look, though.
Yeah, that was Eli Hodgson, who had a good look and shot the ball just a little bit high. Bobcats are putting the pressure on again. Well, admired that sunset that went over the home stands at the end of the first half, and now the darkness has settled in and the lights are taking over, so we ought to be able to see the ball a little bit better.
Oh.
Just missed that pass.
Yep, just missed. Good idea.
Well, Pat, you talked about that triple pass that the Bobcats made back there, Tresac making the pass. That was one of the best sequences I've seen in high school boys lacrosse for a while.
No, that's right how you draw it up. It was picture perfect, great stick work by all three of them.
Bobcats maintaining pressure on the ball. Grant Smith, number 9 for Bel Air, already has a hat trick. We're just into the second half. 12-minute quarters. Open shot. Passes it up. Jason Pitzer all ready to pull the trigger.
Held on a little bit too long there. North Harford had enough of him carrying the ball. Nice check. I didn't get the number again. It's tough to see these yellow numbers through the lights.
Yeah.
But that was a great body check.
And the Hawks do have the ball.
All right.
Pat, beyond the scoring for the Bobcats, they've dominated possession of the ball as well.
They have. North Harford needs to work for a good shot. There's no such thing as a 6-point shot. So one at a time. Let's run our offense. Let's work for a shot. Got plenty of time to get back in the game. Right now they're getting their substitutions in.
Remember the 17-13 win. Oh, that's a nice save.
Yeah.
On the hands and knees.
Oh, and threw it away. Yeah, that's unfortunately that one's on the goalie. He made a nice save and then not a great outlet pass. Put his defense in a bad position. He knows it. He knows it.
That goal by North Harford by Webb.
Good hustle by Webb. Webb missed the shot. I didn't think it was a particularly great shot, but he got back.
There you see the replay of it.
Yeah, kind of a soft outlet pass over the middle there. And Webb hustled back on defense and made a nice play.
So that's a big goal for the Hawks, and now they're down to 8-3 to score. You can't score 5 goals in 1 minute. You've got to chip away one at a time if you're the Hawks.
Better outlet pass there. Oh, off the pipe.
Oh, nice bounce shot.
Oh yeah, that was
Ball was shot low and then bounced over.
That's perfect angle.
That's Jason Pitzer with the goal.
Hit low and came straight up into the top crossbar, top cheddar on that. Really good bounce. It's hard to have to hit those bounce shots. They were easier shots in the old days on grass. They just don't bounce as much on the turf. So to get that kind of action on it was really nicely done.
So unfortunately, that's happened to the Hawks in the first half. They come back and score, and immediately the Bobcats come back and score
Good
one
save
and
there.
almost
Good
two.
save there.
Blake Howell under pressure. Throws it away. It has been constant pressure on Blake Howell the entire game. Bobcats haven't given him, it seems, a moment's rest.
No, they've been relentless. And here they come again. Ooh.
Battling for the ball. Still no control. Finally, the Hawks come away with it. Loose ball picked up by the Hawks.
I think North Harford is really missing, we talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, 2 of their top players.
Yeah,
that's tough to lose 2 guys like that.
Yeah, you're right. And one being a freshman, their leading scorer is a freshman. It's just a very difficult thing to overcome.
And that's probably led to some of their struggles on offense and possessing the ball and working through the offense.
Timeout on the field, 7:47 left in the third period. Yeah, we mentioned Jacob Herman out due to illness, coming in with 10 goals, and then Chase Thomas injured, 6 assists, 7 goals. Those 2 players missing. Jacob Herman, again a freshman with 10 goals. That's amazing when you can come in as a young man.
Well, between the 2, 17 goals. I mean, that's where they played 4 games. That's 4 goals a game.
Yep.
That's tough. That's a lot of production you're trying to replace.
Hawks coming in off an 8-8 year last year. They were 1-3 coming into this year. They lost both games in a tournament they played during the spring break. Now remember, they beat Bel Air last year 17-13, so the Bobcats looking for some revenge, and so far they've done it. Hawks now on the attack.
He's got the shorty on him. Let's see what he does.
Explain that, the shorty name, the short stick.
Short stick, yeah, it's if you try to get one of your better midfielders with a short stick on him to dodge.
This may be one of the best possessions the Hawks have had for a while, Pat.
Well, coming out of the timeout, I'm sure Coach Tabling drew something up.
Taken away by the Bobcats.
Tell you, number 8's been all over the field tonight, offense and defense.
Conway. Oh, that's a backhanded goal. My goodness, is that Trezak?
Yeah.
He shot that ball over his shoulder, almost a no-look shot. What is he, Patrick Mahomes?
Little fancy dancy there.
Wow, that was a great shot. You'll see it here.
Just then.
Watch how he catches the ball. And without looking, throws the ball over his left shoulder. Wow.
Just a little shovel shot over his left shoulder. Afterwards, he showed all of his fellow attackmen how he did it.
Oh, that makes the score 10-3 at 6:49.
Those are fun. Those are the ones you practice in the backyard. Sometimes you get a chance in the game.
Devin Trezak. Devin, a senior attackman.
Used to be coaches would get upset about those kind of shots or behind-the-back shots, but the kids are so skilled now and the sticks are so much better than they were 30 years ago that they can control those shots. And those are smart shots to take.
Devin headed for Catawba College next year to play lacrosse. Catawba down in North Carolina. Here come the Bobcats on the attack again. Bit
Little
high
high
on that shot. It was Chase Bullock with the shot. Bel Air maintaining possession. They were the closest to the ball when it went out of bounds. Trezak. Well, he went down but came right back up with the ball. I'm not sure how you do that. Here's Trezak on the near side. Good defense that time by North Harford, riding him out. 5:47 left in the third.
I guess I couldn't tell whether that was a shot or a pass. I guess it was a shot. They're calling it a shot.
It's like when you shoot a basketball from the outside and it's like an air ball, but it ended up being an assist.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a shot, but he had another guy. I just couldn't quite tell.
It was a 1983 Derek Wittenberg who shot the ball from near half court, and Charles got the rebound and put it in, and Jimmy Valvano went on the great run. Guys, speaking of, we're coming down to the Final Four. Pat, in all your days of watching sports, have you ever seen anyone to match Caitlin Clark?
I watched the game the other night, and she's sensational. And not just as a scorer. I thought she could have scored more points. I thought she may have passed even more than she needed to, but she was fantastic.
The great thing about it is with all of her accolades, her teammates love her, and you can tell that because she is a team player. Yeah, she scores a lot, but as you said, she keeps everybody in the ballgame.
Well, she had double-digit assists. She makes everybody better around her.
Yep.
Always wide open. Pull it.
Shot a bit wide.
Good save. I think you got a foot save on that.
Pat, the great thing about Caitlin Clark is what she's done for women's basketball. Sellout crowds. I mean, you go back 10 years ago, and if you had, 500 to 1,000 people at the ball games, you had a lot. Now you're having 14,000.
The most heavily betted game in women's sports history.
The LSU Iowa game. Of course, Angel Reese from Maryland played at the University of Maryland before she transferred to LSU. 4:50 left in the third. The Bobcats are just on defense too, Pat. They're relentless.
They're very aggressive, sliding to the ball.
It's almost like they have more men on the field than the Hawks do, because every time you have the ball, 2 or 3 blue shirts are on you. It's Cameron Baresh now, number 14 with the ball. Open for a shot. Good defensive play by Peter Myers, number 4.
Good pass, way to hit the point.
Conway with that pass.
Boy, Conway's a horse.
He is that. High on the shot. Trezak. Yeah, remember he went down with that injury in the first half that you and I both were a little bit nervous about it, because, as you said, Pat, he went down without contact.
Right.
Sometimes that means the ankle or the Achilles or knee or something. but we're happy to see he's back up, playing hard, playing well.
Yeah, he looks pretty good right now. He's made a couple big plays since then. Oh,
Hawks maintain possession. That was Trezak who almost had to take away. Taken away by Bel Air. Here they come again. Eli Hodgson, number 21. Here come the Hawks. Down by
all right.
7 goals.
Let's get a possession here. Yeah. Yeah.
Bit of a wide shot. Again, in fact, we're talking about that Bel Air defense, and we're talking about how great they are offensively, but the Hawks just don't have no place to go. Every time they have the ball, there's like 2 or 3 people on them.
I think they're feeling a little pressure right now. They've rushed that shot, and sometimes you rush a shot like that, your teammates aren't in position for the backup.
Good defensive play there by goalie Howell. He had 2 men right on him, but Howell was able to stand his ground and take the ball away. Whistle blows. Looks like somebody called a timeout on the field. 2 minutes, 29 seconds left in the third period, 10-3. It was 8-3 at the half. I should say 8-2 at the half, and now it's 10-3. North Harford came out, Webb got the goal for North Harford, made it 8-3, and it looked like they might be able to make a move, but then the Bobcats came right back. Pitzer and Trezak did a goal, and now it's 10-3.
Yeah, that second quarter, I mean, the first and the third quarter, they've actually played them pretty tight.
Very good point. Yep.
I mean, this quarter is a 2-1 quarter. The first quarter was a 2-1 quarter.
Yeah, the Bobcats.
Bel Air feels like they've dominated this quarter, but it's only 2-1 this quarter.
Bobcats scored the first 5 goals of that second period. They went from a 2-1 advantage to 7-1. North Harford finally scored, but then we both mentioned with just about 10 seconds left in that first half, Bullock was able to get a goal for the Bobcats that made it 8-2. So all of the, let's say, momentum that the Hawks seemed to try to grab in that goal was disappeared as they went into half. And then the Bobcats come out and score, 2 goals out of 3 here in this third period. Impressed with the Bel Air Bobcats. They have played well coming on the road.
Well, let's say they come out here looking for revenge for last night. They get the Hawks at a good time with 2 of their best players out. But they're not going to feel sorry for North Harford, I'll tell you that.
No. Lots of time left.
Good look.
Oh, what a great pass. Great defensive play made by Howell in the net.
Yeah.
Trezak had like point blank range. He cut that shot loose. Howell was able to save it. Come the Bobcats again. Jack Svoboda, number 7. Here's Svoboda. Good pass. Good shot. Svoboda hits his man. Is that Trezak again? 7-1.
No, that's 9.
Just get Grant Smith again.
Yep.
Number 9. See here, we'll see the replay here.
I think he's got 4 tonight, Grant Smith.
He does. That's Grant Smith on the shot on the great pass from Svoboda. You think the pass was by?
I think it was 2. It's hard to tell the difference between the 2 and 7, but I think that was Garrett Albin on the assist, which was he had a nice drive and dump off. And Smith's really been the finisher tonight.
Yeah, that's his 4th goal. 1:30 left here in this third period, making it 11-3. Grant Smith, a junior attackman. Big night for him, 4 goals.
You get unnecessary roughness on North Harford here.
So compounding their issues, they're going to be playing, what, a man down for
well, most of the rest of the quarter.
back underway. And a Stacey, number 5, triggers the ball in play. And you see a little bit of the slick field on the side. Here come the Hawks.
Good defense by North Harford. Get the man down clear. Pull it out, pull it out, pull it. There you go. Nice play. And now they pick up a penalty on Bel Air.
So both teams will be playing a man down? Or even in that case?
Yeah.
30 seconds left in this third period. Hawks looking to try to get closer. Oh, nice ground ball scoop.
So now the penalty will take effect.
It was Connor Kramer with that scoop.
So I think North Harford will be back to full strength.
Bobcats still down the man for at least 15 seconds left here in this third period.
That was Zach Warfield previously on that man down clear. Made a really nice play. Got the steal, picked up the loose ball, cleared it, drew the penalty.
Winding up with a shot, and there it is, a bit wide. Shot was by Frankie Lamb. Frankie Lamb, who had a goal for North Harford.
North Harford should probably hold it here.
3 seconds, 2.
If they hold it, they'll get possession to start the quarter. There we go.
And they
so
do.
They'll start the quarter with possession and what, about 52 seconds on the penalty.
12 minutes left in the game for the Hawks to come back, and it's a big deficit, 11-3. It can be done. You know, if you're the coach for North Harford, you have to say, hey, you know, let's not give up here. Let's keep playing every goal that we can. Rich Tabling in his 8th year at North Harford. 12th year coaching here, 8th year as the head coach. 26 years he's been involved in coaching lacrosse. He owns his own Susquehanna Stripers Lacrosse Club of Harford County. Show you what a family affair it is. His son is the JV assistant coach at North Harford.
All right. Probably a lot of these guys play club for him on this Striper club. Most of these players, I would imagine all these players know each other on the Bel Air and North Harford teams. They play club lacrosse. Some of them may be on the same club teams and indoor lacrosse in the wintertime. So they that adds to the rivalry is they all know each other.
Yeah.
Been playing against each other in Harford County for years.
Hope you're enjoying this telecast of the Harford TV. Always happy to be able to bring you. Pat, you can believe it, this is our 30th year of doing high school sports on Harford TV.
30 years.
30
wow.
years, yeah. The thing that bothers me is I was old when we started 30 years ago. Now I'm just older. Yeah, we go back to 1994 when we began just a few games a year doing high school sports, and now it's expanded into, we do somewhere around 35 events a year.
All right. No, the crews do a good job here at Harford Cable
Oh,
Networks.
they do wonderful. It's now Harford TV.
Harford TV.
It is, yeah. They've kind of updated their. There's
Wow,
a shot.
that was a rip.
That was a rip. Number 7 for North Harford, and that is Frankie Lamb again. Frankie gets his 2nd goal of the game.
Well, Frankie had some mustard on that one. You could hear that ball hit the net from where we're standing.
And the sound you're hearing is not a hawk, but it is a hawk recorded sound. I wonder if what that was when I first got here, and I thought I was being attacked by a hawk, but it's the hawk sound. They do a great job here. Justin Martinek, we were talking about the athletic director. Craig Reddish, the athletic director at Bel Air, also doing a great job. Had athletic directors, I don't know, they teach part of the day in their regular classes, and then they've got to, do all the work that involves getting referees, getting transportation, keeping all the rosters straight. It is a job.
They're really an operations officer.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts, and think about all the different sports, and they got multiple teams going different places every day.
Yeah. Good to see the Hawks get on the board at 11-4 now. Bobcats on the attack. Jason Fitzer, number 13. Bel Air in no hurry. Pat, penalty for stalling. I'm asking. High shot. In other words, is there a requirement that you have to bring the ball in the offensive end?
The public schools play the high school federation, Don, and so they don't have this. They don't have the shot clock like they do in college.
Mm-hmm.
College, they introduced the shot clock a few years ago. They've gone back and forth on the stall rule, but it's they've finally gone to a hard shot clock. But they haven't done that down at the in the high school federation rules yet.
Doesn't seem to really need one. There's not a whole lot of lollygagging out there. They're playing hard. To the Bobcats, you're happy with the score right now, and you would like to see that clock continue to run. Boy, that was a great spin move and a shot. Is that number 10?
It was 16, I believe.
If it's 16, it's Caleb Kerr. Waiting for our announcer to be able to tell us who that was.
Go, Caleb Kerr.
Yeah, it was Caleb Kerr, number 16, with the goal. That was a beautiful move, that spin move.
Beautiful face dodge up top and put the ball down low, high to low shot.
So 2 goals here to start the 4th period, both by the Hawks.
Yeah, North Harford showing some signs of life.
Lamb and Kerr with the goals.
They're actually have played it even in the second half here.
You're right, yeah, it was 8-2 entering the 3rd period. Now 11-5. Well, you are just a math whiz the way you picked that up. 3-3 in the second half. Bobcats. Taken away again by the Hawks and then picked up by Conway. And the shot by Conway.
Pretty nifty shot, but better save.
Oh.
Conway went low to high with the pole. Nice save by the North Harford goalie.
Retrieving my notes here if there's a sound of desperation. Patrick Cook, we haven't
just high.
We haven't mentioned Patrick's name a whole lot here tonight. The goalie for the Bel Air Bobcats, the sophomore. Blake Howell, the senior goalie for North Harford. (8-2) at the half. Now 11-5. We have about 9 minutes left in the game. Takeaway by the Bobcats.
Give it up. There you go. There you go.
Brady Warble, number 11, with the ball. Taken away by the Hawks, and here they come.
Good ride. Good
Warble.
ride there by Bel Air.
Here's Trezak. Trezak's that kind of guy that proves the thing about lacrosse, which I really like, is size doesn't mean everything. Trezak is just a very compact, very aggressive player.
Well, the stick is the great equalizer. You can be a smaller guy if you can really work that stick.
On the other hand, you take about Conway, and you talked about him being a horse, the big number 8 defenseman for the Bel Air Bobcats. He's a young man who has size but makes it work because he's quick as well. Lacrosse demands a lot of skills. You have to be fast, aggressive, skilled with the stick work. There you can see the slickness out there on the field showing up. Garrett Albin, who went down but came right back up. Coming up on the 7-minute mark. Boy, nice clear, nice long pass. High on the shot.
Got a little piece of the stick, I think, right at the end on that calls. Check on the end calls that shot to go high. Oh, de-sticked him.
Is that the technical term? He de-sticked him?
I think the kids had de-twigged him.
Oh, here come the Cats. Patrick Sullivan. Now Garrett Albin. Albin winds up and shoots it a bit wide. Clock stopped momentarily at 6:43. Jason Pitzer, number 13 for the Cats. Nice recovery by Bel Air. Bobcats have shown great stick work too. Able to scoop that ball off the ground. Jonathan Venegas, number 29 for Bel Air. Aiden Sugar. Sugar setting up the play. Shot just a bit wide.
Yep, good save though.
Yeah.
Opposite hand went to his left side, so that's a good save by the goalie.
Blake Howell, who making that save.
All right.
5 minutes, 28 seconds left in the contest.
Well, you never know. It's if they could score a couple here, win a couple face-offs. Still time.
If you're Rich Tabling, I mean, you're not happy with, especially the way that second period went for North Harford, but you've got to be happy that your team has hung in there, played really well here in this second half, especially in this fourth period. Not only have they scored 2 goals, but they've dominated possession of the ball.
Well, after kids could have given up when they were down 8-2 or 10-3 or whatever it was, and you know, your 2 best offensive players or 2 of your best offensive players at least out, and they really just had that run in the second quarter where Bel Air scored 5 in a row, and other than that, they've played them pretty close. And there's still time. Crazier things have happened.
Grant Smith, I'm looking up his scoring. He scored the second goal of the game for the Bobcats, that at 9:41. Then he scored 2 goals in a row at 8:30 and 6:54 of the second period. That gave him the hat trick with, again, 6:54 left in the half. He then added a goal at 1:30 of the third period, 1:30 left in the third period for his 4 goals on the night. Here come the Cats. Jack Svoboda, number 7, carrying the ball.
Beller's going to take some time off here.
Eli Hodgson gets it to Trezak. Devin Trezak, a senior. Subs coming in. Jason Pitzer, number 13. Now Jonathan Venegas. Loose ball. Bobcats recover. Jason Pitzer, number 13, with the ball. Now Shugart. Flag goes down. Going to be against North Harford, but
it's
they
either
play on.
high hit or hit from behind.
Oh, and the goal.
That'll wipe the flag.
That's the goal by 23, Aiden Shugart.
Shugart was not to be denied. After taking the hit.
There you'll see the replay. Make the score 12-5 now with 3:56 left in the game. So the Bobcats have broken that 2-goal streak that the Hawks had going, putting the game a bit more out of reach. Takeaway by the Hawks on the faceoff. Tried that low bouncing shot again. This time it's a bit wide.
Yeah, North Harford, you got your face-off guy coming down. You got to get up, and you see he's going to shoot. You got to back that up. Offside attackman.
Loose ball picked up by the Bobcats, taking it into the offensive area. Trezak in control. Devin Trezak, you're talking about a spark plug kind of player. He certainly is that. There you see him going one-on-one. Shugart looking for the shot. Flag goes down. Now the whistle blows. It'll go back to the Bobcats.
You get 32 white with a slash.
So that'll be a 1-minute penalty. 2:54 left in the game. So the Bobcats will be a man up here for the next minute.
Bel Air will probably take their time on this penalty, eat up the clock.
Clock is certainly in their favor, obviously leading by 7 goals. No question that the Bobcats have dominated this game, but in spurts. That second period was the difference in the game, obviously, when they scored those 5 unanswered goals. That took what was a close game and put it out of reach.
It did. Bel Air's been the better team tonight, but remember.
Trezak.
Wow.
Wow, what a great pass from behind the crease from Shugart. Trezak hits it upper. There was no chance in the world that Howell could have stopped that ball.
I've been impressed with the placement of Trezak's shots.
Here you'll see the replay. He catches the ball and sets up and hits it up high where Howell had no chance at all to stop that ball. That makes it 13-5 with 2:22 left in the game. Great pass from behind by Sugar. And then Trezak caught it in no wasted motion at all, Pat. He just put it right up in the upper part of the net. Nice speed by the Bobcats. That's Garrett Albin. Take a note, it's number 9, Grant Smith. Albin out front just had the ball a moment ago. Shugart now. No hurry at all with 1 minute 30 seconds left in the game.
They're probably going to let it wind down here.
It's Jason Pitzer, 13.
Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. Jason Pitzer beats the goalie and puts it right past him, so Pitzer gets the goal at 1:23. Maybe not, huh? I like how you just went ahead and changed that whole thing. He's going to assault the game. Maybe not. 14-5 as you see.
Pitzer, he won one for himself. He got it. Nice dodge.
Hawks winning the faceoff. Coming up on the 1 minute mark left in the game. Pat, I think if we'd have taken a poll at the end of the first period when it was 2-1, we would have said this is going to be a nip and tuck game all the way. Bobcats just simply turned it on in that second period.
Turned it on in the second period, and it just kind of, anytime North Harford showed a little sign of life of getting back into the game, Bel Air would nip it.
Boy, that's very well said. And that goal at the end of that Bullock got by the Bel Air Bobcats right at the end of the first half. Yeah, it was 7-2, but that made it 8-2, and it sort of just seemed to take the wind of the sails out of the Hawks.
That's right.
Coming out of the halftime. But as we both said, the Hawks have played well here in the second half. They played the Bobcats almost even, at least in a good portion of the second half. 7 seconds left. Bobcats look like they'll be content to let the clock run out. 3 seconds, 1 second, and that is the final score. The Bel Air Bobcats win it by 14-5. They go to 4-2 on the year. Hawks drop to 1-4. 3 straight losses now make it 4 straight losses for the Hawks. If you're North Harford, you take some solace in the fact that you didn't give up. You hung in there. You played it tough, and you're playing, as you said, Pat, with 2 of your best players not playing because of illness and injury.
Yeah, a lot of times on offense they looked a little out of sync, rushed it maybe a little bit, a little sloppy, and I can't help but think that it would have been different with the. I'm not saying a different result in the game, but a different offensive set with the 2 kids that were out. They certainly missed those guys. Anybody would miss their 2 top scorers. But they played hard. They played tough. I think they got a lot to look forward to. They've got stuff that they can accomplish this season. And Bel Air, on the other hand, did what they needed to do. They jumped out to the early lead. They never relinquished it. They never trailed the whole game. Whenever North Harford showed some signs of getting back into the game, Bel Air would stretch it back out a little bit.
Yep.
And goalie played, made saves when he needed to make saves. The defense played physical, cleared the ball well, and the attackmen were able to finish.
Grant Smith 4 goals. Devin Trezak 3 goals. They're the leading goal scorers. But I was impressed as you were with Conway, big number 8 Owen Conway, the senior defenseman. I thought he dominated the defensive side. And again, give a lot of credit to the Bel Air goalie, the young sophomore, who stood up Patrick Cook and played a heck of a game.
Yeah, he did. And Smith and Trezak really were able to move the ball well, were able to finish it well. Great placement on their shots. And like I said, big number 8.
Yep. And Pat, I think my my theory of saying it's a no-hitter, I was doing reverse psychology that the rain is over, and thank goodness it did not rain in this entire game. It rained before, yeah, we got a little wet before the game, but we were pretty much rain-free during the game.
We were rain-free.
Now Dawn tells me, I asked her if it's not as cold as I thought it was, or I'm just frozen, and she informed me that I'm frozen. So it's a little chilly, maybe high 30s, but I've enjoyed the game, Pat, and you did a great job as always. Thank you for coming up here, braving the temperature. Had a cold last week, got over the cold, but you came out here and risked it. Did a great job. Thank you, partner.
Thank you, Don. Great night for Harford County Lacrosse.
It was that 14-5, the final score. The Bel Air Bobcats win it. As I say, they go to 4-2 on the year. Hawks drop their third straight, their fourth straight. They're now 1-4 on the season. Hope you enjoyed it. Don Morrison for my partner, Pat Pollard. Good night, everyone.